Hi everyone, and welcome back to Borderline Weird. Today we're diving into some everyday American habits that seem completely normal in the US, but leave the rest of the world scratching their heads. Can you believe that in some states, a school playground ball is forbidden while in others, students can legally carry a loaded gun? Or maybe you want salvation without leaving your car? Today we're diving into the quirks, the chaos, and the wonderfully puzzling habits of the good old USA. Welcome to the land of miles, Fahrenheit, gallons, and freedom units. While most of the world standardized on metric, the US doubled down on what it already knew. Part history, part inertia, part if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fahrenheit sticks because it maps nicely to how air feels on skin. Miles stay because road signs, driver training, and car dashboards were built around them. Gallons remain because changing pumps, labels, and logistics would cost a fortune. The result is daily mental gymnastics for visitors. Water at 68 means room temperature, a freeway sign reads 55 and no one panics, and a baking recipe says cups when your brain wants grams. Every weather report becomes a little math puzzle with applause at the end if you guessed right. How are you is the most popular sentence in America that rarely expects an answer. It's not a medical checkup, it's a social handshake. Cashiers, neighbors, and strangers deploy it as a friendly ping. The correct reply is short and cheerful because the goal is to keep the interaction light and moving. Try dropping your full life story and watch the system blue screen. In many places abroad, the same question invites an honest download about your week. In the US, it's more about keeping the gears of everyday life greased with tiny kindnesses. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates us to keep making more of these. And stay tuned, because the most shocking reason is coming up very soon. First thing, ice. Americans treat cold drinks like a human right. Ice in soda, ice in coffee, ice almost by reflex. Part of it is tradition that goes back to the 1800s ice trade and later the rise of cheap refrigerators. Part is taste expectations set by fast food chains and bottomless refills. And part is air-conditioned indoor life, where a frosty drink matches the climate inside better than the weather outside. Ask for no ice and you may see a brief look of concern, as if you just rejected joy. Ask for extra ice and the server will nod with deep professional respect. And since we're talking cars anyway, behold the holy grail of convenience, drive-thru churches. Yes, worship from the windshield. Roll up in pajamas, sip a milkshake, and catch a sermon through a speaker system that used to serve cheeseburgers. Why this exists makes perfect sense locally. Suburbs are built around cars, church campuses can be huge, weather can be extreme, families have kids and schedules, and staying in your vehicle solves all those frictions at once. During public health restrictions, this format expanded even more, and in some places it never left. In America, the car is not just transportation, it's a tiny living room on wheels where life events happen. But what shocks me the most is that in some American schools, kids are not allowed to bring a simple ball to recess because dodgeball is considered too risky for injuries and complaints. Administrators think about liability, insurance, and keeping environments calm, so policies can swing conservative on rough play. Meanwhile, just across the state line, teenagers old enough under that state's rules can legally carry a firearm with a permit. That's because school rules are written by local districts and risk managers, while gun laws live in state codes shaped by courts, constitutions, and voters. Two different systems, two different priorities, sitting right next to each other. And if that contrast made your brain tilt, visit an ordinary grocery store in the right region and you might see hunting rifles or stacks of ammunition down the aisle from garden hoses. The sale itself follows federal checks, age limits, and locked cases, but the juxtaposition still feels like a plot twist. Milk, eggs, fishing lures, and a reminder that in America, everyday life can pack surprises. Americans are loud, proud, and conduct daily life like an open mic night. Sports culture trains cheering from childhood, classrooms reward speaking up, and job interviews praise enthusiasm. So why do Americans do this? Because habits harden into culture, because systems are built on top of yesterday's choices, and because convenience often wins the vote. A patchwork of local rules meets a love of cars, cold drinks, big feelings, and bigger contradictions. One moment, a ball is too risky for recess. The next, a teenager in another state is reading a permit card. One corner store sells eggs and elastic bands. Another adds a glass case of hunting gear. You can glide through a church service between errands and still make it home before the ice melts. Which American habit do you find the strangest, or maybe the most relatable, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next upload. The more support we get from you, the more stories like this we'll create, with humor, history, and a fresh look at different cultures. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.